Shawn here, coming to you from Quality Wheels. Man, it is Thursday. We're almost there, guys. The week is almost over. But um, for us Christians, this weekend just begins. We get to go to church, we get to worship God, and we get to lay our prayers at the altar for Him. So hang in there. You're almost there. Just keep on going. Don't give up. So today's verse of the day is Jeremiah 29:11. And man, this is an encouraging one. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in a future." You know, that's a popular verse that's often slapped on the journals, etched into coffee mugs, and printed on t-shirts. And God, He definitely does have a plan for you. God does want to bless you, and God does want to give you a hope in a future. But we should also pay attention to the original context. In this case, God was speaking through the prophet Jeremiah to the people of Judah, people who'd recently been exiled to Babylon for 70 years. The Jewish people were banished to a foreign land because of their insatiable appetite for sin. In fact, for 23 years, Jeremiah had been warning them to stop rebelling against God or prepare to face the consequences. God is patient, but He also is just. In other words, the Jews were sent to a timeout. And as you can read in the preceding chapters, God, He made a case against His beloved people. They had exploited foreigners, orphans, and widows. They had denied the right of the poor. They had refused to stand up for the truth or even obey God's instructions. They had murdered the innocent and committed adultery. They had rejoiced in doing evil, and their lives were ruled by greed. They'd even built pagan shrines, sacrificing their sons and daughters in the fires. It was a dark time, and yet somehow God's mercy always extends to the darkest places on earth. That's why, just a few verses later, God said they could seek Him and find Him, and He would bring them back from captivity. And that's Jeremiah 29:13 and 14. That's why He encouraged them, while in exile, to build houses, plant gardens, get married, have babies, and work for peace and prosperity of their temporary home. He wanted them to know that He hadn't forgotten them. He still wanted good for them. He still had plans to restore them. God is serious about sin, but He's just as passionate about redemption. Though Jeremiah 29:11 was meant for a specific people at a specific time, God's heart for restoration of the broken people is generationally timeless. Even when we feel stuck in the process, God still has a plan. We can put our trust in God, whose goal is always redemption. No matter what you've done, you can turn to Him. So who else needs to hear that God still loves them, that He still has a plan for them? Encourage someone with these truths today. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you get encouragement that God has a future for you, that He has a plan for you, and all you need to do is follow His instruction. We'll see you guys later. Thank you, and as always, remember, Jesus loves you.